Welcome to this Shortwave Radio channel, and this is a tips and tricks video for some of you out there that might be tuning the bands and stumbling upon some signals, but can't quite find information about it. It happened to me last night, for example. If you look at the videos that I posted, I did receive Argentina L2C Navtex transmission, but when you look at schedules, it's not there. So one of the schedules that I often look is EIBI space because there are some utility station schedules there. So I looked at the frequencies and I went to, around 4210 like I was doing yesterday, receiving the station. And that's where I noticed that, okay, there is an indication of L2C Buenos Aires radio. The problem is that it didn't fit the schedule. So you see here 10 to 1010 UT and 19 to 1910. No information about Navtex transmission because often it does say Navtex. So for example, if I look at this schedule here and type L2C, so by going down, you'll notice that at some points, Buenos Aires radio, there are some transmissions that seem to not really work with what I thought would be. And there are some transmissions that are rated as Navtex transmissions. So that means I can't use this schedule. It doesn't have the information I need. What did I do? Well, I went on, of course, first of all, listen. Don't, use the only way out, which is easily go and search Google. Listen in. You might have your answer just by listening and by watching. For example, I started noticing that a lot of the information that they were actually giving out was information about South America and Antarctica. And that's where I thought, well, you know what? Maybe it is Argentina because it actually coincides with that type of information that they would broadcast on the Navtex transmissions. It is also a well-known Navtex frequency after doing some tests. So check out the information. Check out all the Google searches that you could do. You might have some information about schedules, about what's on frequency. One of the things you could do is, okay, Navtex 4209.5 is one of the frequencies, but go around shortwave transmissions. Look at what is available. Sometimes you'll find some schedules of Navtex on shortwave and whatever else you're searching, because it could be, radio stations. There are a lot of unreported stations that have new schedules, for example. So, do a little bit of detective work. You can do it on Google if you're on some shortwave groups and really you can't find information. And I have to stress out, one of the things that annoy me a lot on shortwave groups is people that just go up and say, oh, what's on 4205 now? That's not the way to do things. That's more annoying than anything else, actually. Do some search, look at the schedules of some of the schedule websites, and if it's unreported, if really you have no information that you can find, well, then you can ask, and that's fine. But do some search before asking, because too many people are just, want the easy way out. Tell me what that is. Well, why not you search for it a little bit? Of course, like I said, listen to the transmission. You might have clues and information about what station it is. But one thing that is for sure is that there are lots of transmissions on the shortwave bands that are not reported or are reported sometimes because it could be reactivation. They could be reported in old bulletins, for example. You might find information from, 5 years ago and say, oh, look at that. Somebody 5 years ago reported this station. So, that's pretty much the way that I go to. And listen for clues. I was looking yesterday at the Navtex transmission. The fact that it was in Spanish, so it wasn't from one of the U.S. Coast Guards. It wasn't from the U.S. Coast Guard also because the only information it would give out is South American stuff, including Antarctica. So that doesn't, go with any U.S. Coast Guard stations because they would not have that type of information. They typically have information about, immediate areas like the Caribbean and stuff like that. So there are clues that you can actually use to kind of go to, oh, okay, this must be that station. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.